So I spent most of my life living here, 17 years of my life drinking tap water, under the impression that we were drinking safe water. However, after we realized that a lot of our surrounding communities were drinking contaminated water and weren't aware of that, it was very shocking and very, just appalling. So the fact that we have lived in these communities for so long and we don't have access to safe drinking water.
There are folks though within our service boundary that are not part of our system. They're not connected to our system. These folks generally live in the eastern part of the Coachella Valley, what's considered the unincorporated area of Riverside County. And they're typically disadvantaged communities. And so I think that's where the core of the issue is at, is that these folks are not part of our system. And the way we approach the issue, when we try to consolidate them, when we try to consolidate those systems, we run into a number of issues. I think there's a lot of issues, but when you summarize it all, it always comes down to funding.
So one of the solutions for bringing safe and affordable drinking water to these communities is to create a safe drinking water fund. With that fund, we could help maintain these types of domestic wells until another solution presents itself, like more infrastructure coming to these communities so that we can connect to our local water district.
Well, what prompted our interest in filing this bill was learning that over 1 million Californians do not have access to safe, clean, affordable drinking water. I was actually quite shocked. I think we all know about the lead poisoning in Detroit. I think most Americans are aware of that tragedy. But here in California, we've just learned 300 communities without access to clean, safe drinking water.
Los principales problemas que he tenido y que es que no tenemos agua potable, no tenemos drenaje y creo que podemos hacer las cosas mucho mejor si tenemos derecho a tener el agua potable. Es una de las metas que queremos cumplir.
I live in Coachella where I could just go ahead and open my faucet and trust that water is safe to drink since it is connected to the municipal services. And you really don't think about that when you have it until you actually go about and are engaged with community that doesn't have that luxury, and it shouldn't be a luxury. Once you put that title to it, then you know that is not fair.
We began to be afraid, of course. And so after that, we would travel into town to purchase stacks and stacks of bottled water. And that you add travel costs, gas, your time, and that sometimes added up to $50 to $100 a month. A lot of the community residents that live in these types of communities, in these mobile home parks, are low-income immigrant families who work in agriculture, and so that was taking a big percent of our paycheck.
So the issue with this is that it's an additional expenditure on the family, and it's something that they have to do that the rest of the valley doesn't have to do. I don't think it's fair. I don't think that the fact that the water district is actually over this area, I don't think it's fair.
Me contó que usted en varias trailers tienen filtros.
Sí, en todas las trailers hubo una donación y cada una de ellas tiene filtros abajo en su cocina, abajo del lavadero para que de ahí tomen agua. Y se hace cada año un examen si tienen arsénico y siempre ha salido negativo. Se hace cada 3 meses para la bacteria, también para el agua.
¿Y usted cree que eso es suficiente?
Yo digo que por el momento sí, pero no es suficiente, estaría mucho mejor un agua potable. Así los niños tendrían más salud, más rendimiento escolar y para nosotros no tendríamos que tener tanta preocupación por estar llevándolos para hacer los exámenes de agua.
The state's done a great job of getting filters into lots of homes, but that's just a fraction of the folks relying on domestic wells and vulnerable to contaminated drinking water. Literally hundreds of thousands of Californians have no filtration, no treatment, no nothing, and they're still drinking contaminated water.
I would like to thank Assemblymember Eduardo Garcia for his support on SB 623, but I would also like to ask Senator Jeff Stone and Supervisor Manuel Perez to support this bill, as it will be very beneficial to all of the communities that they represent.